It's a beautiful piece no matter how you look at it. It's just not what I was expecting. I was expecting something a little sturdier, a little stronger, something that resembles the quality of the Nano. It's just such a strong, sturdy piece compared to this. Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to do a deep dive in the Louis Vuitton Nice BB. So I purchased this item at the beginning of the year. I have a lot of thoughts on this piece, more thoughts than I think any other Louis Vuitton item that I own, and I want to share them with you in case you are interested in purchasing this item. So before I get through everything though, let's get through some of the details. This item measures 9.4 inches in length, height is 6.7 inches, and the width is 5.1. It features vachetta top handle, vachetta piping throughout the top as well as the bottom. The interior is comprised of a wipeable leather. The exterior is a classic canvas print. It has one big pocket up at the top. It's quite fluffy, so it lets you put in a lot of items. I'm not sure that that would show through, but it's got a lot of width to it where you can fit a lot of items there. Some smaller interior pockets here, as well as here. And I'm excited to show you how I use this item. So before we get started, I'm going to share a little backstory of what happened when I purchased this. It was at the beginning of this year, roughly around the time of my birthday. They've had at least, I think, 2 price increases since. That's besides the point. When I first opened this piece, I thought, oh my gosh, it's as beautiful as I had thought it was going to be. I went in store to take a look at it in person, and they didn't have any for sale. They didn't have any that I could take a look at. The only ones that they had available are these semi-new ones where the interior is made of a fabric, the same fabric that you can find inside of the Neverfull tote bag. When I had picked that up and held it and felt it, it felt a little sturdier than this. And look at it. Like, this bag travel case is very malleable. And it kind of took me aback, like, why you can't even knock it without the sides just folding in on themselves. It's an extremely thin piece of leather, like very, very thin. I had watched numerous reviews on this item before purchasing it, simply because, like I said, the store didn't have any, and I'm not spending that kind of money on a whim. I need to know exactly what I'm purchasing, what it fits, and what the material is like, and how it's going to hold up for years to come. That was and still is the only downfall for me on this item. Now, if you purchase this before this year, so before 2025, can you let me know in the comments down below if yours is this malleable and this thin? Like, why is it folding in half like this? This is something that is supposed to be holding heavy items and that you're grabbing. It's a vanity case. The whole point of that is to grab it up top. I'm afraid to do that because if you take a look, it is held together here and here, one small piece of thread. If I overstuff this, which I do, and I pick it up, it's got, like, you can see that it's pulling. I had called the head office about it and I said, like, this is unbelievably thin. Let me show you this Nice BB in comparison to the Niece Nano. I purchased this during COVID in 2020. I'm gonna show you the difference. This is an extremely thick leather. It takes a lot for you to push the sides in. It's strong, it's sturdy. When I had purchased this BB size, I just assumed it was going to be, feel, and look exactly like the Nano, except a little bit bigger. So here's the difference. The Nano and the BB, there's a mini that fits in between, okay? Extra small, large. The back isn't bad. It's got an extra piece of material here, which does give it some more strength, but in the front, you can just poke it and it falls through. So keep that in mind if you're interested. I don't suggest purchasing this online. I do suggest going into the store and seeing your thoughts. Call ahead of time if you don't live close to one to make sure that they have one in stock that you can double check. My first impression of the bag, other than those few things that I've mentioned so far, is it's as stunning as I thought it was going to be. It's beautifully crafted. It is amazing, and it's something that I use and I keep on my countertop. Now, prior to my purchasing this item, I obviously watched a ton of YouTube videos, and not once did anyone mention that the quality of this item is questionable. Not a single review that I saw. So I'm wondering if they switched it out prior to 2025 and this is what we have now. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to take this in store, speak to a sales associate there and try and figure it out. There is an element of high maintenance-ness to this bag. First off, because the top handle is in the vachetta leather, if you get any spills, any water on here, it's going to show up and it's going to stain. I don't know if that's going to bother you. The piping on top is fine for me, but it's the piping on the bottom. Because there's no feet and you lay this on a countertop, which it's a vanity case, so people are using cosmetics and makeup in here and traveling with it. You set that on a countertop and your bottom piping is going to get stained. So keep that in mind. It is without a doubt the most high maintenance piece that I own from Louis Vuitton. There's a few of you that will use this and stain up the vachetta leather and you won't care. You will use it exactly what it's meant for. Keep in mind, Louis Vuitton for a fee will replace this vachetta leather strap. So there's lots of you who are going to use this and you won't care. There's some of you who will want to wrap it up because the thought of getting any stains on this will really bother you, give you some anxiety. If the thought of getting water anywhere near this bothers you, you can use it around your home for different purposes, and I'm really excited to show you how I use mine on a daily basis. So after having said all that, I'm going to show you how I use this, how I pack it up when I'm traveling, and how I use it for my everyday use at home, okay? All right, so here's what I do. I am that person that gets a little grossed out with the thought of leaving this on a countertop that's wet and seeing a ton of like wet stains on here. So there's a few things that I did when I traveled that really helped. A bonnet that I purchased off of Amazon, okay? Okay, you can cover up the interior like this. Okay, so I've just wrapped it around and I'll show you a few ideas here. So I drop everything inside of it and I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Lots can fit. I'm just not going in any specific order right now. I'm just trying to give you some ideas. So I've stuffed it, including using my liquid items. These can leak if you don't close them properly. So I don't suggest that you're using just a bare cosmetics bag like that. Make sure that it's sitting inside of something. You might feel a little bit more at ease if you keep it on a countertop like this. You can just use items around your home. You don't have to go around buying more and more things. This is a drawstring bag, and this one's bigger. So it covers the entire area. Okay, but now, of course, you run the risk of you're not seeing the beautiful logo on there. And you can just take all of your items and put them in there instead. You can even do something like that when you have it out on a countertop. That's another idea. Lastly, I have another drawstring bag. This comes with your Chanel online makeup orders. You can put your makeup and items in here and then just close it up like that if that's what you choose to do. Anything to just keep the interior clean if you don't want to have to worry about it. Next up, I did notice a lot of people purchased inserts. I'm not about the insert life. I could care less. It's going to make your travel case heavier. It's going to, for sure, make this tab start pulling on these pieces of thread here. So I don't suggest it. What I did do is I use, this is one of those items that you can stick. See, it has that back flap here. You stick it on top of your travel carry-on, and then you can put your coffee and other items in there. So I use that. I stick my powder in here. I've already put some of my makeup in. It also holds a little lint roller, and it will close nicely on top. You do still have some space there. Maybe cosmetic items. Okay, a toner. Okay, so that's another way that you can use an insert without having to go buy one, and it will keep some of your items up straight. Once you start stuffing this travel case, it will become sturdier and thicker. Okay, but look at that. It's yanking now. Can you see that? It's yanking. I'm not comfortable with it, so I just grab it from the bottom. But let's be real. The whole point to a travel case is that you should be able to hold it from the top. You shouldn't feel afraid to do so, and I am. And lastly, I'm just going to show you how you can use this. You may not have a lot of items that will close properly if you stand it up. That can get really annoying. It's also not a flat bottom. It's not sturdy, right? It will either pop out from the bottom or your items will just fall. They'll just fall naturally. So when I'm packing it, I have micellar water, toners. I'm just giving you a few ideas here. Drunk elephant, that will stand. Those will work. Okay. Right. Some foundations. I just want to show you how you can pack this up. So let's just say I have all of my beauty cosmetics in here. You have this really beautiful flap 1, another flap 2. I'm going to put some under eye patches in here. In this top slot here, you can put any other extras that you need, scissors, tweezers. It holds a lot. And some sponges if you need, okay? You could put teeth whitening strips in here as well. But again, just keep in mind that once you zip this up, it's going to start yanking and pulling at the sides here. Now, if you're someone that does not want to have open cosmetics and makeup in here, you can always grab a transparent cosmetic pouch. These ones I got from Amazon years ago. And this one is extremely wide. It almost goes the whole width. Or to add some of your makeup products in here, and that is just another way to keep your items safe and it won't ruin the bag. Especially if you're a bag seller, so you want to use some of your pieces and then you want to sell them later on in life. Get yourself some like transparent that you just have to take out, set it up on a counter like that, and tuck away your bag, your travel case somewhere else. These small pouches, they are whatever pouches you want them to be really, but they are specifically sold for jewelry, like they're little jewelry bags. You can also stick your little jewelry pieces in the side here as well, so it doesn't have to be filled with just your cosmetics, especially if you're staying somewhere overnight for just one night. You don't need to have the entire thing filled with only cosmetics. They're really cute for your rings, necklaces, and etc. Keep your powder or bronzer in the back here. Every time I get little samples from Sephora or anywhere, wherever it is that you're ordering online, I put them into little Ziploc bags. I know, right? Like you're opening up a Louis Vuitton to little Ziploc bags, but it's the truth. That's what I do. So I have face washes and pre-cleansers, moisturizers and masks. I use these often so that I can see what my thoughts are about these things and what I want to purchase in the future. They don't last long, obviously. They're just little tester sizes, but they work. And that is typically how I use mine. I open it up when I need something new. I just come here and use up what I need. And I use them often. Another thing you can do, take all of your minis. Most of these were a gift with purchase, and I like to use them for gifts for friends and family. You can put a whole bunch of your minis in here. So that you can see everything that you have, and every time you get a mini, you stick it back in here, and it keeps everything super organized, and you don't have things lying around in boxes. You're actually using what you have. Okay, so lastly, I want to show you realistically how I pack my stuff up in here. I was just using whatever items I could find just to give you an example. But so if you enjoy using falsies, I have the 3D foam ink and the duo glue. That will also sit in this top portion here. It fits a lot and it fits nicely. It's very pillowy up top. Next up, I lay all of my items flat all of the time. So a serum, this is the one from Chanel. It's called the Hydro Beauty Micro Serum. I have a problem with serums, clearly, because look at how many I still have in here. It's a stark reminder to not buy new serums. They bother me for some reason. They're really almost burning on my skin, and it doesn't matter what I use, what I try, they just hurt. So I have bronzers from Rare Beauty. These are all liquid, and blushes. Those will stand up, but again, I don't care if they fall. I have perfumes Prada, Paradox, and Parade from Celine. This is one of the best smells ever. Parade Celine. My eye patches, which I'm just gonna stick on the side there. Chanel powder, a dirty NARS foundation, Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This stuff is amazing on its own or underneath your foundation, and a travel size beauty blender to help not spread the dirt throughout your makeup case. This is Impassioned Blush by NARS. It's beautiful. This is my YSL Quad Kit. 720, part of their Couture Mini Clutch. It's beautiful. Urban Decay All-Nighter, and a MAC Fix Plus. Put in the lock position. These are also refillables. If you have the bigger one, you can open this up and refill it. I do that often. Some of my favorite lip products, I've spoken about this one before. This is from Anastasia in the color Hush Pink. It's amazing. Rimmel liner in the color Cappuccino. I have that on my lips today, and I also have the Rhode Contour Lip. This stuff's awesome as well. From Sachu, I have two of their color stains. One is in mauve and one is in pinked. P-inked is this one, and this one is mauve. Like they spell them funny, but it's mauve and pinked. And then this is just the Benefit Benetint lip color. I have that on today. Okay, and that's how I would pack it up. You can hold it like this for a couple of minutes, take it into the washroom or whatever, but just be really careful. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. So just a few takeaways from this piece. Number one, if you have this item and you purchased it before 2025, can you let me know in the comments below if yours is very malleable and thin? Number two, it is a high maintenance item. Because of the vachetta piping on the bottom and no feet to have it sit above the counter space, because of the vachetta leather on here, it will stain. It's an easy replace at Louis Vuitton, but again, now you're spending more money on that as well. If you overstuff it, it does start to add some extra strain on the top threads. There's only one thread on here per side that is holding it in. If that's gonna bother you, this might not be the one for you. Having said all of that, I really do love this piece. I'm glad I got it. I am going to take it into the store to get it looked at, hopefully compare it with something that they have in now, and we'll see what can be done. Once I do that, I'm gonna update you at the beginning of another video. Once that happens, I'll let you know how it all went and what they said, and then you can make your decisions based on that. If this is a piece that you're just gonna throw stuff in, grab it and go and you don't care, then absolutely get it. It's very beautiful. That's what it is. It's just a very beautiful, unique piece. Even though there are lots of other ones on the market, I'll show you. It's from Winners Home Sense, okay? Look at how hard that is, right? When I grab, so when I'm doing these zipper pulls, they maneuver easily. This part is not leather. You can grab it and go, and you can stuff this and nothing's gonna happen. So maybe you just really like travel cases, but you might find that this one just isn't it. Go out and find something that makes you happy. There's some on the market too where they will do some engraving, some personalization, customization for you on it. So it doesn't have to be just this one. There's lots on the market, cheaper and more user-friendly. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. And if there's anything that you saw in this video that you'd like a review on, just let me know. Okay, have a great day. Bye.